Hey there, folks. Welcome to another Studio Hours. And I'm super excited today because I got my buddy Kelly Mirabella on board today. She is a terrific video creator, but more than that, she is a marketer's marketer. And I've been in the digital marketing field for a long time, 15 years as a company owner. And Kelly, I was trying to remember where we first met. Was it over the Australian project for the?
I think we knew each other prior to that because of, I think, social media marketing world. But the first time we really engaged with each other and actually became friendly, if you will,
Yeah,
was because of the event that I put on that you helped me with.
yeah, that was really cool. Just real quickly, why don't you tell folks about what that was about?
So back in 2019, there were some crazy fires burning the country of Australia. And I actually had traveled there to speak at a conference, and it was really bad. The smoke was horrible in Sydney. You could just, it was probably the worst I've ever seen. And I'm from Colorado. I've lived in California. We've been evacuated from fire, so I know what that's like. And because I've been evacuated, my heart really went out to these people. And I thought, I know so many amazing people. I have so many friends that have many talents. Like, let's put on a fundraiser and just teach people how to do various marketing things. And they can donate in order to get in. You choose how much you want to donate and you donate. And if you donated, I think it was above $50, you got recordings. If it was below $50, you just got the recordings for like a week or something. And we ended up raising, I think, like $10,000 in a
Yeah.
month. And we didn't spend any money. And simultaneously, I was so sick and my daughter had pneumonia, and it was a crazy time to be organizing it. But I put out the call for some helpers, and Chuck, you were probably the first person to sign on, be like, I'm in, I'm there. So
Yeah,
it was
yeah,
fun.
it was a really fun project. I think there were about 3 dozen of us that joined in. David is a firefighter. He works with the Spotsylvania County
Mm.
Fire and Rescue Emergency Management Organization, and he is a chief underwater investigator. So
Wow.
when he wants to get away from fires, he goes in the
Goes to
water.
water.
So that's smart.
Yeah.
So, but anyway, I'd like to go ahead and dive into today's topic. So, let me just read a little bit of Kelly's background so you all know a little bit more about what she's all about. She is a content marketing expert and co author of Digital Etiquette for Dummies. She owns Stellar Media Marketing and has worked with clients such as ManyChat, Kerwin Ray, and Ecamm Live. And she has helped numerous professionals level up their content marketing game and has a 15-year career in digital marketing. And she has, what I can totally attest to this, a wealth of knowledge, not only in digital marketing, but also in emerging technologies, not just emerging technologies, but merging technologies such as Facebook Messenger and some of these new AI tools. Kelly's mentored and taught digital marketers, realtors, entrepreneurs, excuse me, and professionals across a variety of industries, and she's helped them navigate the ever-changing digital landscape. So, Kelly, go ahead and take it away and tell us about the topic, which is unleashing your creativity, and it's all about short form video.
Yes. Okay. I'm going to do something that I never do, and I'm going to use slides. I'm not going to use slides the whole time. Don't be scared. So I'm going to use it through Canva, and I never do that, but here we go. Let me actually get back to the first side. Now, this is unleashing your creativity, exploring the unique possibilities of short form video. And you're going to see it's very stylized and very much directed towards TikTok, because TikTok is the playground where I learned, or I guess you could say relearned, how to do short form video. And that's something we're really going to focus on today. I want to make it really clear that I have been doing this for a really long time. And the reason that's important, I'm not trying to brag, but I've been doing YouTube, which is my love language, for since 2008. I do videos for clients. I've done videos for myself. Simultaneously, right now, I run 3 different YouTube channels. Now, to be fair, I have taken quite a few months off because I got really burnt out. And one of my channels has over 13,000 subscribers. So it's important that you understand this, because when I tell you, you have to completely rethink the way you do video when it comes to short form, you do. And that was really something I had to struggle with, because I'm so ingrained in traditional YouTube, highly edited, just the way we do our intros and outros and all the things. And I just couldn't figure out why TikTok wasn't for me. I've always been able to jump on something new and you have some success, and TikTok just wasn't working. And everyone kept saying, "Oh man, I'm growing so many followers. I'm doing this and doing that." And part of the problem is I was applying kind of what everyone was telling me to do, which I thought made sense, which is, you know, you get on the sound trends and, you know, do the dances. I don't dance, so I didn't do a whole lot of those, but I did do a lot of, like, you know, trending things and try to apply it to my business, because that's what everyone was saying. And then I thought, you know what? I'm going to stop listening to everyone. And I'm going to actually listen to people who are successful on TikTok. Like, what are they doing that's different? And I had to relearn things. And so today we're going to talk about some of the things that I had to relearn that turned my my whole understanding of how short form video works. Now, keep in mind, when I talk about short form video, I'm talking about TikTok, Instagram Reels, YouTube Shorts. This can be applied to everything with slight differential changes, because every platform is different. I'm going to focus on TikTok, but I will kind of make notes if there's something slightly different. So hi, my name's Kelly. I own Stellar Media Marketing. I'm a big nerd. People have called me the encyclopedia of social media, because literally I sleep and eat and live and breathe this stuff when I'm not momming, because I have 2 little kids and I'm currently in Texas. So let's dive into it. What is short form video? When we're talking about that short form video, I already said it, TikTok, Reels, your clapper is now a thing, I guess. And then you also have your shorts. Essentially, we're talking about vertical video that tends to be shorter. Most of these videos are a minute or less. Some people will tell you 15 seconds. They'll tell you 30 seconds. Listen, whatever works for you, friend, because my account, most of my videos are probably 2 to 3 minutes long on TikTok, and they do very well. And I'm going to prove that to you. I'm going to show you my account in a little bit, but it's basically videos that get right to the point. And this is a very big distinction between what you would do on like YouTube, which kind of can go a little longer. You go through every little detail, and short form video, which is, let's get right into it. Here's the answer and bye. So that's a fun thing, especially if you're someone like me who loves to just give everything, right? So why I love TikTok and other short form platforms, and why you should too. I don't know if you guys can see my face. I never know with Zoom, but I don't always want to just be on slides. We're going to stop for a second. I absolutely adore TikTok now that I understand it, because it allows me to connect with people in ways that other video never did. And this is coming from someone who has been a longtime user of live video. I mean, I was using live video before live video was even a thing. I started a live video show on Hangouts, Google Hangouts, back in 2012. I love live video for that same purpose. I love video because it creates such a great authenticity. But something I've discovered is that when it comes to these short form videos, especially on TikTok, the authenticity part is actually true. Like, we always, as marketers, as trainers, we're always telling you, bring your authentic self. But listen, I am constantly having to put my makeup on and get my hair just right and make sure my background, like just like you see me now, like this is my YouTube situation. Everything is planned and executed with purpose. And I'm going to show you, actually, I'll show you right now. Let's see, iPad cable. Make sure you guys can see my iPad. There it comes. All right. So this is one of my TikTok channels. I have a couple. And this is just here at the top. Check out this one. I just took a shower.
That's awesome, Kelly.
I mean, 19.9 thousand views. This one was posted March 16th, so just less than a month ago. But I had probably 10,000 views in a matter of like days on that one. And so, yeah, some of them you're going to see I am dolled up, but that's because of the nature of my business. Sometimes I have makeup on and I'm actually doing other kinds of video. But a lot of this you'll see is just me, no makeup, sitting at my, I keep wanting to click it on my computer, sitting at my table. It's me at my dining room table. Or literally a lot of these are me in my car waiting for my kids to get out of school. Okay, so I love this because I don't have to always be on. And one of the reasons I mentioned earlier, I stopped doing YouTube for a little while is I was so burnt out. I'm still so burnt out. I have panic thinking of like, oh, I have to go do videos because I edit my own videos. I plan my own videos. I script my own videos. And I don't just do regular like vlogging style YouTube videos. I teach people how to do things. So it's very technical. I have to do screen sharing. And I'm also kind of an what is the word? I'm obsessed with having the perfect video edit. So it's really hard for me to let go of those reins. I have tried, it didn't work out well. So when I say that I was burnt out, I just didn't want to do anything. So it was so refreshing to find success on TikTok by just showing up with a towel on my head. You know, I just got out of the shower and I was answering a question. So it's just a different way of thinking. It really is about authenticity. Now, I will tell you that TikTok is very much like that. Instagram might be a bit more polished. I haven't fully tested that out, but from the aesthetic that I'm vibing on, you know, Instagram is Instagram. It's just a bit more polished. I don't post there as much, but you can absolutely repurpose your content. And we'll talk a bit about that. Now, let me tell you a little story about this account that you just saw. I told you I was burnt out. I told you I was trying to figure out how the heck does this thing work? You know, why can't I get TikTok to work? I have a different account. This is my business account. And when I started it, up until about September, I had less than 1,000 people. I think there was like maybe 700 followers, and it was all the same people who follow me everywhere, like my friends and stuff. And you'll see here, I'll scroll down to the beginning. A majority of the initial videos were really planned out, really polished, and you can see it. There's my style of doing my regular YouTube style videos. And then here's what I told you already. These are all kind of the trending things. I did it to the sounds that were trending, and they just didn't do it. And I couldn't get that growth. I was like, what the heck? So I decided to do an experiment. I started a different channel and I didn't tell anybody about it. So the same old people were not going to know about it unless they found me on there somehow. And I decided not to talk about my usual stuff. I wanted to be kind of a double blind situation, right? So I decided, what is a topic that I could talk about all day long? I would enjoy it. It's real casual. I'm just going to experiment and I'm going to do what the people tell me to do on TikTok. And within a month, I had 1,000 followers. I started this account in September of last year. I'm up to 11.4 thousand followers. And it has blown my mind to figure out how the heck did this happen? And now, of course, all these people want to pay me to help them with their Amazon influencer account. That's what this account's all about. And I'm like, I don't have time to start another job for myself. So, but it has, this channel alone has brought me so many opportunities. I went through it really quick, but you might have seen, I have a Ecamm on here. I did an Ecamm takeover. This is for a brand. And you can see I did a takeover starting in, I think it was February through the end of this month. All I have to do is post once a week on their account. And I'm not going to disclose how much I made on that, but let me tell you, it wasn't small money. And that's simply because I got on and started an account about Amazon influencers, and it did well. And so you can absolutely grow your TikTok. And we're going to talk also about why you would want to do that. But one of the key things is that you will get business. Absolutely. I've gotten business, and I'm not even trying to get business, y'all. This is an account that has nothing to do with what I do for a living. This is like not even a side hustle. This is a hobby. That's what I tell the people on this channel all the time. All right, let me get back into Canva to my slides. Of course, they're missing all of a sudden. My gosh, I hope I didn't close them. I'm sorry. Let's see. This is why I never do slides. If I can't find it, I'll just go for it.
Kelly, while you're looking, can you tell us a little bit about what the Amazon Influencer Program is all about and why that's a thing for you?
Sure. Now I'm trying to find you. I have too many things open, seriously. Yeah, the Amazon Influencer Program is a affiliate program where you are you're more than an affiliate, right? So you can become an affiliate, which is also known as an Amazon associate. And then you can apply again to this other level, which is influencers. Influencers make just so much more money, which is awesome. Because they, oh, there you are. I was like, where did you go? I heard your voice. Because you're able to create videos and content for Amazon to be on Amazon. And so you make money when people are already on. So if you think about it, you know, when you're doing like regular affiliate or what we call UGC, user generated content, you're doing something where you're trying to disrupt people in their social media world. They're on TikTok, they're on Reels, they're on Facebook, wherever they are. You have to get them to stop, watch your video, and actually want to buy that thing. And then they have to click on your affiliate link, go over to Amazon, and actually buy that thing. And then you get paid. And that's a lot of work. With the influencer program, you get all of those assets, but you also get to have things like what we call shoppable videos, which are placed right on the product page. And then you know, the person's already on Amazon, they're already on the product page, so they're already in that mindset of I'm ready to buy, but there's something that's holding them back from buying. Maybe it's, you know, like they're going to buy a vacuum or a steam cleaner and they want to see if it actually works. So like, is this the right thing for me to spend $100 on? So they'll watch these videos, and if they watch a certain amount and then they buy, you get commission. So it's less work on you. All you have to do is show up and create some content. So it's pretty cool.
Gotcha. Yeah. So let's go back just real quick. Sorry to interrupt, but questions are coming to me. One thing I'm curious about is a little bit more on that disruption technique, because the members in the Video Creators Roadmap are typically nonprofits. So it's not so much about selling as it is messaging, training, recruiting.
Yeah.
Yuki, who's in here, is a recruiter for her nonprofit. And so not about so much obviously now about the YouTube or the Amazon influencers, but you can still use that same disruption sort of concept to get people's attention and get them to take action, right?
Yes. And we're going to actually jump into that right now.
Cool.
And I actually think a lot of this can be applied to traditional video. And I'm starting to see kind of people moving in this direction. So the no side is kind of things that if you've learned about doing video for a long time, you would do. In this video, we're going to talk about, right? Hey, everyone. Today we're going to talk about, right? Yeah. Hi, my name is Kelly Mirabella, and today we're going to break down, or if you take a little breath before, which I'll get into in a minute, a little bit more detail. Too many topics in one video. This is something I do on YouTube is I will answer any question I know will come up as a result of the initial thing. I'm going to cover it. You don't do that in short form. I'm going to go through why in a moment. Broad niches. You know, I have a whole YouTube channel just about content marketing. And actually that's why I believe that my regular TikTok account, my Stellar 24/7, hasn't grown as much, is because it's like the umbrella is content marketing. So I'll do a little bit of AI and a little bit of, you know, this and a little bit of that. And it's all under this niche, but it's too broad of a niche. And then posting once per week, that works on YouTube. That does not work on TikTok. And then if it's super polished, which I showed you. So let's talk about what does work. Video hooks, which by the way, I'm going to give you guys a free copy of my video hooks, which is like 60 video hooks you could try. So if you're unsure what a video hook is, it's stuff like, stop, you have to know about this trick that's going to get you way more followers or whatever that is, you know, like, something a little bit more, get right to the point. Nobody cares about who you are. Don't even introduce yourself. Listen, this is something Chuck and I were talking about on the warm up when we were talking about what we're going to talk about today. And it breaks my heart because I see my friends doing it all the time. And I'm like, how do you be nice to your friends? Be like, stop introducing yourself. Nobody cares. Because think about how these short form video platforms work. It's swipe, it's go until something catches. And that's why we have a strong hook, because we need to grab them. In the first second, you need to grab them, which is why the first second shouldn't be a breath. You need to edit out any millisecond of air or anything. It has to go right into it. And it's funny because I did tell a good friend of mine that, and she's like, oh no, I'll be ready to go right away. I'm like, I've seen your videos. Like, you need to take out that 1 second. It makes a big difference. So the breath, introducing yourself. Everyone's like, well, they need to know who I am. No, your profile says who you are. If you have said something so valuable that they need to know who you are, guess what? They're going to go to your profile. You don't have to introduce yourself. Edit what does not need to be there. This is something that I was already fairly good at with YouTube because I edit the heck out of my YouTube videos, but you can easily like go in, and if you find yourself getting bored, cut it out. Like, it doesn't need to be there. And that also goes back to too many videos per one, too many topics per one video. So instead of answering all the questions because you're the expert, you know people are going to come up with questions. Let them ask the questions. Because here's the coolest thing about TikTok especially is you can respond via video. I would say 80% of the videos that I have on my TikTok channel are just responses to people's questions. Wow. I just respond to people are like, how do you post, 4 times a day? Which I do. I would post 10 times a day if the algorithm wasn't like, dude, stop. Like, you're annoying us. Because people ask me so many questions because I leave that thing there. I answer one question and they're like, but what is that? Or what about this? I'm like, okay, cool. Let's make another video. And so I just answer questions all day. Posting regularly. I mentioned don't post every day. Don't post once a week on TikTok. And honestly, on Reels, you have to test this out. I can actually say that I have posted 1 to 2 Reels a week and have done very well. But if I stop posting for a while, everything drops. So you have to at least have some. On TikTok, if you're trying to build, my advice, and y'all are going to hate this, but post 3 times a day. And the first time I heard that, I was like, there's no way. There's no way. Because my YouTube mind was like, do you know how much work that is? But then when you realize that you could literally be sitting at your dining room table with your morning coffee, no makeup on, and you're just answering a question, or you're just getting straight to the point in a 1 minute or less video, you're like, okay, this is actually really easy to do. And a lot of times I will I will answer like 10 questions and I'll leave a whole bunch of my drafts. So the next day I'm like, okay, there it is. So I always have a little extra on those days where I just don't want to be on camera. Maybe I'm sick or something. Once you have kind of momentum and a following, you don't have to do that every day. You could post once a day. You could post every other day. It's not as aggressive. But if you are looking to grow, you need to make that a goal.
What about, just real quick, what about frequency on YouTube Shorts?
So YouTube Shorts is not one that I fully have broken into, but I would say you probably need to do it more often than not. So I would probably go daily. This is what I personally would do if I were really jumping into YouTube Shorts. I would post either daily or every other day. And if I did have a video out that was like a long form, horizontal video, I would create short form video content as my little mini nuggets to get them interested in watching the main video.
Gotcha.
That would be how I would do that.
Just real quick, that actually is a pathway that I've learned, that the more short form video you put out as YouTube Shorts, and you always have to use the hashtag shorts when you create a YouTube short, what it does is that the algorithm treats those differently than your regular videos, and it will send them out to more people introduce them to people that have never even heard of you before, which of course has the long-term effect of bringing people back to your channel so they can see the stuff that you really did spend time on, that you did do your makeup for, that you did polish, that you really are trying to teach 12 things in one video. So it has a real leader sort of potential to it.
Yeah. And, on that note, I want to stress how important it is to stay in your lane. It is very tempting, especially if you are also a consumer on, let's say, TikTok. I consume a lot of content on there. You don't have to be, by the way. You could just get on, post, and get out. I've done that too. But I do consume a lot of content. And sometimes I want to respond, or I want to do, I'm a multi-passionate person. So I want to post about something else or do a video about something else. You can't do that. I'm sorry. I don't care who says you can. It will hurt your account. I'm going to prove it to you in the best way I know how, which is to show you my iPad again. There it is. Okay. So again, this channel, 11.4 thousand. I get typically, this one I just posted this morning, the one that has 203. I literally just posted that this morning. By tomorrow, this will be over 500 pretty easily. And that's the other thing about TikTok, is that it's kind of a slow burn. It'll start out and then all of a sudden you'll go back and oh, wow, this is doing fairly well. But let me go back to our point. Let's go to Ecamm. I love my Ecamm people, but listen, they could be doing so much better. But the reason I believe that they're getting less views is that they throw in on things that don't exactly pertain to what's being discussed. So here's an example. I started posting a while ago, and I was getting, it's a very small account, so this is actually okay numbers, but I was getting, here we have 200 to 500 views pretty consistently. Pretty consistently. Boom. They posted a leap into live selling. I love some Doc Rock, but it was completely different topic. It had nothing to do with the video, completely different topic, 36 views. And immediately you see my views are dropped. 50 views, 76 views. They have this big one here with 13.8. They're running an ad on that. Here's the one I posted yesterday, 53 views. Okay, so it was doing well. We were building, but I was only talking about live, Amazon Live. That was what they hired me to do. Get on, talk about Amazon Live. Then all of a sudden they changed the content. They're targeting someone completely different in a sense. There might be crossover in their target audience, but they're talking about different things, really. An event that has to do with live selling. I'm talking about live selling in a sense, but I never mentioned, I always talk about Amazon Live. This is just an example of how you can kind of hurt your channel in a sense if you go off the rails. And then you never know what's going to go viral. Oh my gosh, I had a video on one of my TikTok channels go viral because I did something I shouldn't have done. I posted a video. There was someone who asked moms, what is something you wish people knew that nobody knows? And I was like, oh man, people are going to hate me for this, but I don't like celebrating Mother's Day. That's just something I just don't like doing. And it went mini viral. I had over 1 million views on it. And this is on my smaller TikTok channel. And I'm like, this is not what I wanted to be known for. So, just be careful about that. So not only is it going to hurt you in terms of the stuff you actually want to be seeing, but also you never know what's going to go viral. And then here you are stuck in a niche that's not where you wanted to be. So that consistency is such an important ingredient. And I do believe that that's something that transitions over to YouTube, because if you look at my 2 YouTube channels, I have started them around the same time. One is Baby Got Content, which I think last time I checked has just under it has just over 1,000 subscribers. And it's very broad content marketing. Here's all the tools I love. It's kind of my playground. I allow myself to go off the rails on there because you need something like that. So if that's you, create a different channel, and that's your playground. And then I have Baby Got Bot, which has 13,000 subscribers, and it is only about chatbots. That is literally the only thing I talked about for 4 years. And it did well because it attracted that person. The algorithm knew exactly who to show it to. And so I do think that there's a lot of merit to really getting niche, and it gets boring quick, which is why I do recommend you get a channel where you can kind of what I call have a playground, right?
Totally makes sense.
Yeah. Authenticity is such a big thing on these channels. I honestly, my most popular videos are either me like literally with my hair in a towel or just sitting at my dining room table with a cup of coffee, and I'm just sitting there chatting. And if I make something over polished, it generally doesn't do that well unless the content is like super spot on. That is not to say that polished content can't work, but that has to be your go-to. Like you need to make that part of that experience. And there are some very successful short form video creators who have very polished YouTube style, but they've kind of merged the two worlds where it's highly edited. It's very much like this, right? And I'm sure that this is something you've learned from Chuck because it's kind of a known thing, but people have very short attention spans. So when you make a long video, when you make a short video, you need to change something in that video every 15 seconds. So keep that in mind when you're editing. So as kind of just a roundabout, what we talked about, shorter videos, these short form video is shorter videos. What does that mean? It means take as long as it takes to get your point across and no longer, and get to the point immediately. So I'll have a video that might be 30 seconds long. Okay. And I'll have a video that's like 3 minutes long because I talk about a little bit more technical things. But if you go back and watch the first couple videos of my TikTok channel that I did, it was like I was trying to answer every question in 1 3-minute video. I'm like, okay, this is not YouTube. We don't need to do that. And once I figured that out, it took a lot of stress off of me. So number 2, get straight to the point. No breaths. Don't introduce yourself. Have a strong hook. Bam, let's get to it. No one cares until they do. And that is facts no matter what, right? We don't care who you are. We don't care what you're selling until you give us a reason to care. And then we'll figure it out. And that's not to say you shouldn't have call to actions. And I'm going to talk about that on this last one where think strategically. Second to lastly, niche. Stay on topic. Really pick something you can go all in on, and you will be repeating yourself. I swear I talk about the same thing every day. At first it was annoying me because I'm like, I have to answer this question again. But then when you really start understanding how these algorithms work, so many people who do not follow you have never seen you before. This is why short form video is so amazing for us as creators, as businesses. Our videos are being shown to people like never before. We are in a new audience every single day. So you're going to get the same questions over and over and over. Just keep answering them over and over. Answer the same thing multiple times, just do it slightly different. And so, what I really like to share at this point is think about the 1% rule. Every time you do a video, especially a video that answers the same question you already answered, do it 1% better. Look at the last video you did and think, okay, maybe I need to change the hook. Maybe I need to do a screen share to really let people see like a visual of what I'm talking about. So whatever that is. Now let's think strategically here. This strategic thinking is where the meat and potatoes. This is why you should care, because as I mentioned, you're getting in front of so many new people. You have an opportunity here to showcase your skills, showcase your products if you're selling like crafts and stuff. And you absolutely should have some call to actions. Do not put your call to actions at the very, very beginning. You have to grab them first. I have this thing where I put my call to actions at the end, and I'm trying to retrain myself because that's not where you should put them either. If you think about it, if you look at data on TikToks and Reels, people don't always watch to the end. Most people don't. Once they get what they want, they're like, I'm out. So something I'm trying to work on is if I have a call to action, I'm going to give a hook them, right? Oh, I need to hear whatever. I'm like, okay, before I dig into that, make sure you go grab my free guide. It's going to give you step-by-step on how to do this. Let's get into it. All right. So you can it's kind of like a sandwich, like a compliment sandwich. We're going to have a hook. We're going to have a short call to action. We're going to get into the meat and potatoes. Short call to action. Now, It is so cool, the things that you can do on TikTok, but you can actually do this anywhere. Whether you have thousands of followers or not, all you need is to be able to have a link in your profile. I use a link tree. I actually use Canva. It's free. And you go to Canva, search out like Linktree or social media link website or social website, and it will give you different things. If you go to my TikTok, you'll click onto mine. Here, I'll show you right now. And I just made it in Canva. And so something I did, because I am, oh, didn't mean to do that. I'm a huge nerd and I absolutely love making guides. Guides are like my lifeline. Love them. I created a guidebook to teach, basically take all the questions people keep asking me over and over and over again. I created a guidebook for Amazon influencers. And so my call to action is go check out this totally free guide. This is the website I told you about. I made this in Canva. Each one of these blocks are clickable. You can see down at the bottom, designed as Canva. Okay, so sign up for the influencer email and get a free guide. So I'm gonna click on that. And so they would just put in their email address, put in their name, and then they get this free guide that is like, how many pages? 12 pages long. And it's literally a step-by-step. So I tell people that in my thing. Now I use a tool called, I think it's called Simple Book. It's not free, but it's not that expensive. And it creates these beautiful, actually, you guys, at the end, if you grab the free guide that I'm going to be giving you, it's through Simple Books. You'll see the platform. But with this Amazon guide, I actually have a Zap, if you're familiar with Zapier. So as soon as someone signs up, it zaps their email to my email service provider to a specific list. So I can send those people Amazon influencer information, but not all the other stuff I do. So if I do once a month, sometimes I will host an office hours. I'll charge like $25 because they keep asking me. And I'm like, it's a hobby, guys. So I'll just do like an hour once a month. And I will fill it up every single month because I have a list of like 1,000 people on my email that I got simply for having a guidebook and a call to action. That's it. Guidebook, call to action. Have them from your videos, go get the guide, and then you get an email. And that's how I'm able to grow my emails so quickly. Like 1,000 people, it would have taken me a year to get 1,000 people on my list back in the day. You know, now I'm like, okay, this is great. But not only that, because I have over 1,000 followers on TikTok, I also have a really cool feature that if you have a business account, you can add a subscribe button. Let me see if it pop up here. It might get a little distracting because of the sound, but you see down in the lower left corner above my name, it says subscribe. So this is through TikTok. They just put in their first and last name, their email address. I ask them for their country and city because that's some of the ways that I segment them. And then they click submit. And then I just go get those lists and I add them to my email list. So these are just various ways that you can use TikTok specifically. But that other option that I gave you, you just need a link. And you don't get a link on TikTok till you get, I don't know, maybe they give it to you right away, or it might be like 100 or 500 followers. But on Instagram, if you're doing this on Instagram, you get a link on your profile right away. Get a link tree, get a Canva website, throw in your lead magnet and have that call to action. You're going to grow your email. And you should be thinking, again, strategically, you need to be thinking about, why am I doing this? And how will I transition people from here over to here? Now I have 11,000 people that follow me, but I only have an email list of 1,000. So that gives you an idea of like, you're not going to get all those people, but you have to be consistent with your call to actions. You have to be consistent with delivering quality content. And I'm not talking quality and super polished and pretty. I'm talking like giving people something of value. I mean, you're not going to give away the whole kit and caboodle in 30 seconds or less, or a minute and less. So don't worry about like, what if people won't buy from me because I give away all the answers. I'm like, oh my gosh, I do give away all the answers. I always have, and I do just fine. And literally people are begging to get, like, I have so many people that message me, hey, I'll pay you to review my videos. I'm like, I don't have time. I'm sorry. I'm like, no, thank you. Pay someone else. But the point is if you're giving people the value and they see you as the expert, they will be throwing their credit cards at your face. And you might say no if you're crazy like me. So it is a thing. Sometimes you say no. All right. So how your videos should start. Your videos should, those are the tools. So your videos should start with, again, a strong hook. I am going to give you guys a guide with 60 hooks, but I want you to use however you're going to edit. We're going to talk about the editing tools in a minute, but use editing tools. I use TikTok as my editing tool. You can use Instagram as your editing tool. And you go into edit and you take out that first 2 to 3 second breath. Just take it out. Start with the hook, which is immediately grab their attention, and test different hooks out and do the same exact video form, like the same exact video 3 times. Do it like every other day or something, or, every other video. So do the same exact video, except you're going to re-record it and make it slightly different. You're going to watch the first one. You think, how can I make this different? Do I need to add music to it? Do I need to do a different intro? There's times I actually was just editing a video today that I'm actually doing the same video. I'm taking the video, downloading it using a tool that allows me to download it without a watermark, threw it into one of the tools I use, which we'll talk about on the next slide. And I literally just watched it and was like, okay, we could take this whole chunk out. I took a 3-minute video and turned it into a minute video. And I also threw in some GIFs just to, chop it up. I haven't posted it yet, so we'll see how it goes. But the point is that you're allowed to play with this. You're allowed to test and redo it as many times. And anyone who's successful on TikTok will tell you the same thing. Redo it again. Do it again, slightly different. And you can answer that same question because you're just going to answer the same question over and over and over again. Next up are some tools. So I mentioned already, that's supposed to say CapCut, not CapCup. I use the built-in tool, but if I do want to do a little bit heavier editing, these are all mobile friendly tools. I use InShot for a lot of videos. I actually use InShot to do my videos for my Amazon videos. I don't use Canva. I know a lot of people who do, and a lot of TikTokers specifically use CapCut, not Cup. It is owned by the same parent company as TikTok. It's also mobile friendly and desktop friendly. People tend to really like it because it gives you more control over your editing and gives you more caption options. I do recommend captions. I don't always put them on mine because unfortunately, I just got a new phone and the editor, it like reverted back to the old editor. So I can't use it anymore because it won't give me options for captions. So I'm waiting patiently for that to come back. But these are some of the tools that you could do. Which tool is the best tool? It's the tool that you're going to use. Like there's no one can like convince you that, oh, this is the best tool. Like try it. If it doesn't work for you, don't use it. Use the tool that's going to work. And it might just be the native editor. I actually really like the native TikTok editor. Oh, so this is the thing. Okay. So I am giving you the free viral hooks. It's usually $7 for you. It's free. And there's a link right there. You could just scan this. Also, as soon as you put your email in, it's going to give you access. So don't close that window because you're going to want to grab that. And there's 60 different hooks in here that you can check out and test out for yourself. But yeah, the idea here is you have to really rethink the way that you do especially TikTok. The other thing I want to share with you is I am pretty aggressive with TikTok, but I also play a lot on Instagram. And I am a big believer that you can take the same exact video, download it using some tools. I guess I could share with you a couple of those tools. I use repurpose.io, which automatically does it. That is a paid tool. If you're on your phone, let me look it up because I never can remember the name of it. It's like SS something or another. You could go to, I was just using it this morning. It's ssstik.io, ssstik.io, and you can download right from your phone. You just put in the link of the video and then it'll download and without the watermark. And so I'll take that same exact video and I will post it on Instagram or on Shorts or whatever, right? As long as it's not too long. And I have had so many people tell me, because the traditional marketing thing, which I fell into too, because I'm a traditional marketer. And I say traditional because I've been doing it forever, and you get kind of stuck in your ways, right? So many people are like, no, you should never post the same thing on different channels. You know, like people follow you in multiple places. No, I'm going to discredit that old news. That is fake news. It's no longer relevant. I'm gonna prove it to you. I had a video that I posted, 2 videos actually, on my non-Amazon TikTok, right? And I was going to show you, but I can't show you the Instagram. Sorry. Let's see, 35.8 thousand views on TikTok. This is a good amount of views. I'm very happy with this, right? So it's like, I wonder how it'll do on Instagram. There's currently today 114,000 views. Every day I get people who follow my account because of that video.
Wow.
And it's exactly the same video. Literally, I downloaded it from TikTok. I uploaded it to Instagram. So you just don't know. And to go back to the point of like, this is like a nugget for no matter what type of content you do. Okay. We being us like educators in the marketing space, we've always said, don't post the same things everywhere. The thing is like, now I think it's okay. I really do. And here's why. The platforms are many. It used to be, we had 3? We had Facebook, TikTok, and LinkedIn, maybe Twitter, if people were using it. So maybe 4. And even before that, this is how old I am, we didn't even have Instagram. So yeah, like you wouldn't want to post the same thing because the algorithms were different and people wouldn't be following you in the same place everywhere. That's not the case anymore. Even if the same person follows you on TikTok, Instagram, LinkedIn, Facebook, and Twitter, and you post the same exact video on each and every platform, because of the way the algorithms work and the longevity of your content on each platform is slightly different, you're only going to hit that person if you're lucky once. And I say if you're lucky because you can literally post the same exact content in a month, no changes, and it could take off because you just don't know what time is going to work this time or who's going to see it this time. Honestly, I have posted the same content. This is a little secret between you and me. Don't tell anybody my secret. On Instagram, I have posted the same exact content for the past several years. Every couple of months, I just rotate content if I run out of things to say. Like if I'm trying to focus on something specific, like right now I'm building up my account and my content because I'm going to be launching a course at the end of the summer. So a lot of it is going to drive towards that. So that's different. But if I'm not doing that, I'm like, what am I going to do? I don't want to recreate the wheel. I will go back to my most popular posts from the past 4 years and I will redo them. I might use a different image, but the captions are the same or the thing is the same. And literally it still performs so well. So I don't believe that is a rule anymore. I think that you can absolutely post the same exact thing. And before I stop talking, because I know there's probably some questions, I will leave you with this. I don't know if you know who Mr. Beast is. My kids are obsessed with him. Mr. Beast is literally the most popular YouTuber in the world. And he's now becoming very quickly the most popular TikToker in the world. And I was listening to a podcast and he said this and I was like, boom, that makes sense. In terms of sharing the same exact video on TikTok, Reels, Facebook, they call them Reels too on Facebook, Meta, so creative, and Shorts, same exact video in every single place. He said they can either go viral on every single platform or they will go viral in platforms you never thought they would go viral on. Because that's just where we are in the world today. So you might as well just go for it. So that's how I look at it.
Really interesting. Kelly, going back to the longevity of a post or a video on any of these platforms, it's interesting that I believe the statistics are that a tweet has a lifespan of about 12 seconds.
Yeah, it's so short.
It really, literally, it's about 12 seconds. So it's not that you shouldn't be on Twitter. It's just that you need to know that video that you spend a lot of time creating is probably just going to get buried pretty much as soon as it goes up. Now, it does that stat is affected by who's following you, what the algorithm does with it, who they show it to, and that kind of thing. And then on the other end of the spectrum, with Instagram Reels and TikTok in the middle, YouTube, and we teach this in our training. Yeah, YouTube is evergreen.
Yeah, it's like years. I still get people who comment on videos I did in 2017.
That's just nuts. That you cannot get that on Facebook. You cannot get that easily on Instagram. It just because, and the reason is that YouTube is a search engine. It's owned by the largest search engine on the planet. So when you go into it and or when you just go into Safari or Chrome and type in, Kelly Mirabella, you may wind up on Kelly's YouTube page.
Oh, you probably will.
Yeah, because it's one of the things that you're offered through search. Whereas, the things like Twitter are just much more, and even LinkedIn. You put a post up on LinkedIn, and unless people constantly like it, comment, and all that kind of stuff, then it's going to get buried. So pick your platforms wisely.
Right. And I will say the longevity of TikTok videos are longer than other video outside of YouTube, other short form videos. And I just think that's the nature of how their thing goes. Like, I'll have a video that starts like a slow burn. It'll get like 20 views. And I used to freak out, but now I'm like, okay, it's fine. We're going to let it burn. And the next day it has 500. And by the end of the week, it has 1,000. So you just don't know. I want to also say, because I know a lot of people will get discouraged, if you're serious about growing on TikTok, and I think you could probably apply this to the other short form videos as well. But I say this for TikTok because TikTok is only short form. There's no other distraction of posting or anything like that. Your first weeks especially are going to be rough. It is going to be crickets, but that's because you are training the algorithm. So this is the most important time for you to not give up. You will get discouraged. You'll be like, what the heck am I doing wrong? Just keep posting. It took me probably 3 weeks before I started getting momentum and getting more than like maybe 50 to 100 views per video. And it was so annoying because I wanted to quit so bad. I was like, I don't have time for this. Just keep going, posting, at least once a day. If you're really serious about it, aim for 3 times a day and just answer, like literally go to ChatGPT or go to like your most common questions. Be like, what are questions that people ask, and just answer those questions. Just shoot a whole bunch of, you could sit in the same outfit. Literally, you could be in the same outfit. Just shoot, bam, 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 bam. You have them in your drafts, and every day you post 3 videos. And you will end up growing. You just have to keep moving forward and improving that 1% each time. They will find you.
That's really cool. Yeah, I want to also go back to something that I've learned, and I want to get your take on this, Kelly. And that is that I think there is a very common misconception, and the students in the Video Creators Roadmap may be stuck with this as well. And that is that you need to dance. You're not going to succeed unless you dance or you do something crazy. Yeah. You don't have to be, that you need to be 20 years old or any of that stuff. The key is what Kelly was talking about, which is sticking with your niche, along with her other tips, but sticking with your niche. So everybody on this call right now, I could go right around the room and point out things that you all could get creative with within your niche, whether you're rideshare, whether you're a firefighter, whether you're an environmental educator, or whether you are working with an organization that helps people with disabilities and learning deficits. Every single one of you has a niche. You are in it. You are working for your niche. So don't stray outside of that. But again, if you're a firefighter and you want to talk about public safety issues, stick to those, because you can keep, good Lord, that is just a rich mine of stuff that you can do. You can do what we call newsjacking. So whenever it's time to change your smoke alarms, you could put out 15 short videos about changing your smoke alarms in a row.
Yeah, absolutely. I also, a lot of people will a lot of like experts will say things like, you know, get on trends, and they're not wrong. It's just, I think people hear trends and they think, oh, I have to dance because that's what people do on TikTok. Let me tell you, as someone who has trained my algorithm, I do not see people dance on TikTok anymore. Literally nobody's dancing. You actually get to train the algorithm based off what you're interacting with and what you watch. You will be shown more of that. But I will give you another example of what they mean when, whoops, I did it again. I need you to go to my iPad. When we're talking about niching or jumping on trends, right? So you don't always have to talk, mix it up, especially if you're like, maybe your voice is down, maybe you don't feel good, or you're just uninspired. I don't know what to talk about today. Check out this video right here. 924 views, but like, listen, this is all it is. This video that you're watching, I shot for a different for Amazon, because I was showing off that pot. That honey pot is actually a product that they sell on Amazon, but I had video in my here's another one. Places to find royalty-free music for your shoppable videos. It's literally just words on a screen, and that is not even a video that you're looking at. That is a photo. So you could take trendy music. You can have you know, you could just throw up a here's another one. This one got 1,400 views. It's just a trending song, a picture of me in the background, and it just gives information. The reason I have so many views is because people have to watch it over and over again in order to read everything. So if you have, like, even if you have tons of content to talk about, and this is what I mean when I'm saying to you, like, recreate the same thing over and over again. Here's another one. It's like literally a picture of me, has 1,800 views. And people just have to read it. You don't want to do this for every single thing that you're putting up. Obviously, you want to put, you know, some additional stuff up, but you can absolutely jump on trending sounds or what have you. Here's another one. Actually, this one actually didn't do very well, in my opinion. And I believe the reason it didn't do very well is because that is stock video, and you can tell. So let me get back over here. You can use video or photos in your B-roll. In your phone, you know, and as long as it's mine doesn't even pertain, honestly. Like, the one video did kind of pertain, but mostly it's just really pretty sunsets or like the beach, because I have a lot of those sort of photos and video in my phone. So I just upload that. I write stuff that is valuable to people, like, here are 5 tools that you need if you're gonna, you know, do this, or here are the 3 things that'll get you kicked out of the program. Don't do these. And then the other cool thing about doing that kind of content, outside of it's easy and you're gonna get good views and it breaks things up and you get to use trending sounds, but people are also going to ask questions, and you can respond to people via video on TikTok and answer their questions, which just gives you more video. So it's kind of this snowball effect.
Very cool. Excellent. Well, we're closing in on an hour, so I want to open up the floor now to questions. So if you have one for Kelly, just go ahead and unmute and ask away. We'll probably hang around a little bit after I turn off the recording, if Kelly's got a few minutes, see if there's anything else people want to know. But just go ahead and unmute and let us know what your question is if you've got one. No questions, eh?
I've just blown you all away.
Guess you did a good job covering everything.
I guess so.
Yeah. Well, let's address the how people can reach you, Kelly. I know that was a really generous offer for people to be able to catch your free guide. So you might want to put that back up, and then tell us maybe in the chat how to follow you. You've got a unique name, and I guarantee if you just put in Kelly Noble Mirabella, you'll find her
me
on all kinds
I think there's only one Kelly Mirabella. There are 3 Kelly Nobles. One of them, I've met her sister at a conference, which was fun. And she is a marketer in New York. The other one is a woman who lives in Ireland who killed her boyfriend. So, that was fun at the beginning of my career.
That was not you, huh?
No, not me. No, my husband is alive and well. But you can find me everywhere at Stellar 24/7. That's STELLAR 247, except for, and you can find me on TikTok there. But if you want to check out my main TikTok where I am every single day, and if you want to learn about the Amazon Influencer Program, that is it's at Real Kelly Mirabella. That's it. Just Real Kelly Mirabella.
Great. Excellent. Well, I'm going to go ahead and turn off the recording. And if Kelly's got a couple of minutes, we'll hang out. If anybody has anything else they want to chat or ask.
I have to laugh at Yuki's comment, the millennial pause. That's actually what it's called. It's called the millennial pause. That beginning where you're like, hi, everyone. It's that breath. They do call it the millennial pause. It always cracks me up if I see that.
Excellent. All right. Well, I'm going to go ahead and shut this off again. Kelly, I really, really appreciate you being in our Studio Creators Roadmap today.
Sure.
And this has just been wonderful. Lots and lots of really great content. So I will post this into the roadmap so people who were not able to attend today can see this and make good use of the generous content that Kelly has shared. So shutting this off now.